Welcome to Weekends with TCF, Tuesday edition presented by The Loop Sports. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLiliaTCF. You can follow us on Twitter at Chicago. You can follow at The Loop_sports. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Typical Chicago fans, The Loop Sports.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Head on over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, hit the red subscribe button. I'm Boomy. You can follow me at BoomyTCF. If you're an Apple user, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review there. And also, if you're not an Apple user like myself, you can find us on Spotify, where you can follow us there. If you take a screenshot of that you do any of those three, send it to us. We're going to enter you into a drawing for a free T-shirt. We only have a couple entries so far, so make sure you get those in. And I'm going to kick it to, is it a reoccurring guest? Have you been on the show in a while?
He's been on here.
I've been on, but it's been since the early days.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
The original Core 4.
The
Core 4. Yes, we are back in the content cave with Gamer. It's nice to have you down here tonight, especially with the Cubs opening day coming up here on Thursday. We can get your Cub. We got three big Cub fans here, so if you're a Sox fan, look away. We will be talking about the Sox, but we're very high on the Cubs. But, boys, I want to start with this. It just broke. The NFL is now allowing coaches to challenge pass interference, offensive, defensive pass interference, and then also non-calls on pass interference. Now, they still are going to have two challenge flags. But what do you guys think of this new rule? Because I'm a little torn on it, because I'm thinking it's going to maybe extend the game even longer than we hope that it would. I think it's going to be – I don't really think it's a necessary rule.
No,
it's reactionary.
I like it. I have been in favor of robot umps in baseball. I'm all for it in, eliminating the human error aspect of it. I'm all for it. And especially, we've seen, these are the world's elite athletes going at 100 miles an hour at each other, and there's referees that are going to miss calls. That, it's just going to happen. You don't have enough referees. You'd have to have 22 referees, umpires, back judges on the field at one time to catch everything, and you just can't do that. And if you have the technology and you have the access to it, use it. Yeah, and that's finally what they're doing. If it extends the game, then it extends the game, but it's not going to be any different, I don't feel like, as long as they're still only getting two challenges. You're going to have to use it in a good spot. Use it. Use the technology you have. I don't see why this is even taking this long. I think it's a great move.
I agree with a lot of what you said, but at the same time, why not just be able to challenge every call then, if you're going to do that? Why not challenge holding, challenge roughing the passer? I mean, you kind of do that already with some hits to the head, but challenge literally everything then, because at this point, because you can find a penalty in every play, though, when you look at it. And that's the problem, though, is how picky are we going to be? And you're right, these are the premier athletes. It's hard to be an official. Those you got to expect that you're going to miss some calls, but it's still going to be human judgment on this. It's a judgment call. Even when you review it, pass interference is a judgment call. So how are you just going to change all of a sudden because you see a replay of it? I mean, I have mixed feelings on it right now. I really think that there's some positives to it. Yes, you're going to get the plays right. The team that deserves a win will win. I think in most cases, we're not going to have a situation like the Saints and Rams, but then how much is really going to change when you hit replays? Yeah. You could reverse every call then.
And I think it kind of shows how weak the NFL is for this one. Why I would think it'd be that you would just go, yes, any call can be on offense, defense can be challenged. They are pointing out one that just proving that they are literally being reactionary. They are showing that it's just because of that. And the NFL,
but it's better to be reactionary than nothing at all.
No, but it just seems like that's what the NFL is, very reactionary with everything. Which, yeah, it's
fine.
But
it's kind of hard to be progressive in that. To be proactive instead of reactive, it's kind of yeah, I agree. It's something that should have happened a while ago. But I think it also, in the same breath, it's better late than never. So I completely agree with what you're saying. It is a reaction to what happened in the NFC Championship game, but sometimes you have to have those big moments happen in order for something to get done. And I think that's what I'm okay with that. Like, yes, we all know this should have happened a while ago, but you also have to remember there's just as many owners that are of the old school, essence of the game where they don't want any of the technology, and those are honestly the guys that are making most of the decisions. So,
and I also saw it was a 31 to 1 vote, and the only team that did the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals.
Wow.
The only team that did not vote in favor of it. So yeah,
which does surprise me.
But it isn't surprising that owners would like this to happen, and I think they are good. It's just going to push it further and further into wanting to have all plays challenge, and like our guy Egoy says over here. They are kind of, if you really think about it, I guess maybe the NFL is behind on some stuff. I wouldn't say they're behind. I know Major League Baseball has you can do stolen bases and stuff like that. Almost everything in baseball. But
yeah.
I don't think that either sport are behind.
I'm all for robot umps in baseball.
I am too. I think football and baseball are both on their way to having something where everything is reviewable. Yeah. Like right now, if they're going to continue with having human umpires for calling balls and strikes, like at some point, we're going to be able to challenge balls and strikes.
There's too much money involved, not only in the actual aspect of it. Especially in football. It's only a 16-game season. Like, you can't be having games come down to like the NFC Championship on call. Like, there's too much invested in that. Baseball, I guess, 162-game season, one call here or there. But also, if you have the technology, in my mind, use it. And robot umps I've been all for a long time.
I think one point here too to kind of point out is NFL and baseball, as well, they're both progressing towards using more of replay systems. They're going the complete opposite in terms of pace of play. Baseball is trying to speed it up by making these new rules where like relief pitchers they have to throw to 3 guys no matter what. Well, not no matter what, you have to throw to 3 guys. And football now having all these new replays that you can have, which is only going to extend the game longer. So we're going to have games
like me as like so I find that like I hate that the baseball's trying to do this pace of play. Like
I
watch baseball because I know I'm going to get hours of entertainment. Like I understand you want to grow the game, but like there's nothing wrong with having a 3-hour baseball game. There's nothing wrong with having a 3-hour football game. It's okay. Like you're going to if you want to really increase the speed of it, you're going to eliminate some of the essence of it. And I think you have to be careful on tiptoeing that line where like the baseball stuff, I don't like the pitching minimum, but I also like the pitch clock. It's things like that that I don't. And I feel like robot umpires in baseball would expedite some of that.
It's got to happen.
It's either a ball or a strike. Nick's comment is stupid. That's a dumb comment. So
I think you saw the smile on my face that I had read it. Might as well have a robot coaches.
That doesn't even feasibly make sense. So just ignore Nick.
But I think I'm with him though in the fact that I'm not with the robot umps. I like to have the human aspect.
I hate that.
You love it until a ref's call like costs your team
how many baseball games have you seen that get changed because of one strike or one ball?
I'm gonna say we're not gonna have. The sport that it would work in is baseball. You could have a robot for that.
I want a robot calling balls and strikes.
Yeah,
that's what I really want. Yeah. I shouldn't even say just robot. I want some sort of robotic calling balls and strikes.
Nick said you're stupid. I think it's funny. I'm not saying you're stupid, but I don't agree with you guys on that because I do like the human aspect of it. I think why change that part of it? I do get the yes, you can challenge.
It's called consistency.
Stuff. That's fine, but
so that you get an equal strike zone from ump to ump, so you don't have to guess every time what your strike zone is going to be.
Especially when you have pitchers like
you have the rules written that a strike zone is from the knee to the belly button, but you have an umpire who kind of goes above or beyond or inside or outside, then that's not consistent. And if you have the technology, then use it.
And that takes away those umpires too, like Angel Hernandez and Joe West, who try to.
We're not just going behind the plate ump. We're doing every ump.
Well, I think mostly just balls and strikes.
First base coach. First base.
If you're gonna, I might as well. I'm fine with it.
I'm more thinking about just in general, like you get those games where like Angel Hernandez is behind the plate and seems to have a vendetta against certain pitchers where he's not going to call certain strikes. Joe West does that too with Dyson Bumgarner.
The guy who blew the no hitter.
Joyce.
Yeah.
Was it?
No, I don't
Jim.
Think it was
Joyce. It was Joyce. Jim Joyce. Yeah.
Jim Joyce.
Who's that pitcher? I was just thinking about that. Galarraga.
Yeah. Like the last, one of the last outs, and he called him.
Oh, so obvious too. So out.
Yeah, the rule is, like you said, reactionary, which is good. Like you said, you got to be progressive, especially in the NFL, and it just shows you where these owners' heads are at when it's 31-1.
Yeah.
In the NFL, the owners don't always get along, and I mean, no, not all owners ever get along.
But 31-1 is pretty.
But that just shows you that they are all coming together to make. They want everything challenged.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the biggest thing is they just want to make sure that every single game is decided by the players and not a referee who decides to or not to throw a flag.
Yeah, definitely. I like Nick's comment there. Nick, you're not stupid anymore. Give me the best athlete science can make. That's why I love steroids.
Josh says, how could a robot change the strike zone based on a player's height? Isn't the zone supposed to be from the letters to the knees?
Yeah, but not every umpire calls it that way. That's what we're saying. He proved my point.
I guess.
But anyway, can we get to what we're really here for?
What are we here for?
I'm jonesing to talk about the NCAA basketball tournament.
I'm not as jonesing as you are because I'm a little bit tired of hearing about it.
No, dude, this is the best time of the year.
Yeah, with ending it wasn't the last game, but Duke, UCF.
UCF deserved.
Oh my God!
They deserved it, but also they threw it away there at the end.
Yes and no. I mean, Duke took that too.
Well, they took it, yeah.
But they some great players.
They missed that dunk on the run.
Yeah. That killed them.
They didn't box out on that one where Zion missed.
That was a push off, though. They're just not going to call that. It was a straight push off.
I mean, you missed that.
And then maybe they should be able to challenge that.
I should.
That'd be awesome.
We agree on something. But no, this is the best time. We sat literally over here and watched probably 40 total basketball games since Thursday.
Yeah, we watched a lot of basketball. It was
we didn't leave the house for days.
Yeah, we were here from Thursday after about Thursday night, and then I went home. I went back to work that day. And then came here about 4 or 5, and then other than going home to sleep, yeah. I did not leave this basement. My mother told me it was a nice day out on Saturday. We didn't know. Couldn't have told her that.
You could have told us there was,
I didn't care what the weather was. I was in and out of the truck.
Donkeys walking up right down the street.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about the weather. I wasn't worried about anything other than what my next bet was. But that's what this time of the year is. It's awesome time of the year. The best time of the year, March Madness. Going to lead us right into some baseball. Think about it. Thursday night, I guess the Cubs play in the afternoon.
I think at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock, so they play at 3 o'clock, and then we get the games going Thursday night.
Yep.
And then it's just the Cubs play. I think they have actually Friday off. I don't think that. I don't get.
Yeah,
the Major League Baseball doesn't. They don't like to. They want opening day to happen, so they make sure there's a day after in case there's a rain out.
And then you play 30 straight games in the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
Now, do you guys think this? To Egoy's point here.
What do you say?
The NCAA is the first time since 2009 all 1, 2, and 3 seeds advance. Is that good or bad for the NCAA tournament?
I know. I think it's a year-by-year basis because you're going to get years like this year where it seems pretty like the way they mapped it out is the way it's going to happen. And then you got years like last year we have Loyola who just completely breaks apart that system. I mean, I don't think it's good or bad. I think it's just the best teams moving on.
It's going to set it up for a really, really good.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I think we're in the good spot.
I'd like to have the sweet, like you said, the Cinderellas.
Your deepest seed is a 12 seed, but they're also the Pac-12 champions. It's not truly a Cinderella. They won the freaking Pac-12.
And that's why it had. I mean, they were favorites in the game. I mean, it was against the number 13 seed. But they play Wisconsin the first game.
Pick them, essentially.
So I'm excited for the Sweet 16 because these are going to be teams that have been through the tough conferences. And I get it. I like to see the Loyolas and stuff, but these teams have played really good teams all season pretty much. And it's going to be a great basketball, I think. And also the lines are going to be kind of fun because they're not going to be crazy lines. There's no Cinderellas that are going to make any of the lines crazy. These lines are going to be they're going to be close. And it's going to be an exciting weekend for the Sweet 16 Elite Eight. I think it's going to lead into an amazing Final Four.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think no matter how it shakes down, even if let's just say Oregon gets hot and wins the South, that's still going to be a great Final Four. Because, like I said, they're your lowest seed, and they won. I mean, the Pac-12 is down, but they still won the Pac-12, and they have pro talent on that team. So you're to get good games Thursday, or Friday, Sunday, and then you're going to get also great games in the Final Four, and it doesn't matter who you're going to see playing for a national title.
Nick's right. I think that may be the best 12 seed of all time, honestly. That is a great
100%.
Oregon team.
100%. I mean, this is without a doubt. I know, like, there's so many good times of the year, but this is, in my opinion, the best time of the year. I love college basketball. I love watching, 4 games at one time. Like, this is – we didn't see – were you guys disappointed in the lack of upsets?
No, because, like I said, you want the upsets, but it also is you have to have the good teams in to make it a good tournament. I get it.
Right.
I don't really base my tournament off of upsets. I base it off of seeing good matchups.
Right.
Like a Duke and the UCF. That was a good game. We had a lot of good games this week.
That's what I was going to say.
People don't really realize is, yes, we didn't have any upsets per se, but they were all good, mostly good games. There were not too many blowouts.
Like you had Iowa had the big comeback against Tennessee to force overtime.
I mean, they had a big comeback just to be Cincinnati. Right. I mean, back at the under.
I had the under in that
but
game.
But even like you said, like
make a basket.
There weren't any like big time Liberty beat Mississippi State, but did anybody really expect Mississippi State to make a run? No, but like they beat them, and then you see like close games, like you said, Zach. I mean, Belmont giving Maryland a run, and who's some of the other ones? Vermont giving Florida State a run, and even you saw Duke down at half or up 2 at half or whatever it was. You saw Virginia down
like 12 or 16.
Yeah, the only like true real blowout from the first whistle to the end was Gonzaga beating Fairleigh Dickinson.
Because they're used to playing teams like that.
Everything stayed fairly close in the first round. Now, some stuff did open up a little around to 32, which I don't think is a terrible thing because, like you said, we're kind of weeding out teams. Maybe some team gets a little horseshoe up their ass and can pull one out in the first round, but it's hard to recreate. That's why if you look back, like what Loyola did is outstanding because it's one thing to pull an upset over they beat Miami in the first round, and then to continue to do that all the way to the Final Four. Like, you have to bottle that magic up and that energy up for 3 straight weekends. Like, that's insane for a team from the Missouri Valley to be able to do. You saw Michigan State down at halftime to Bradley and play a close game. Like,
Blair has a good question for us. What are your guys' thought on John Morant? I think, as you said, I wish that Murray State could have made a bigger run in the tournament, a deeper run in the tournament. But you saw what he could in that first game. You saw the potential that he has, the excitability, the dunks, the shots. I mean, he has it all, I think.
We were talking about this during the game. Like, there was some stuff he was trying to do that if he was on a team like Duke, he would have a triple-double all the time because he's making passes that, like, these guys that you don't want to be a dick, but, like, these guys are at Murray State for a reason. And he's throwing passes that you feel like guys in the NBA will be more accustomed to, and guys that even programs like North Carolina and Duke would have been accustomed to. But he's having we watched a couple possessions. He had turnovers that weren't bad passes, but the guys are going the wrong way, or the guys, making a bad cut. Like, this kid is he's the second best player in the draft.
He's an NBA point guard. He's playing with low-level college talent.
Can we all? I mean,
he is.
Don't see anyone.
So exactly right.
I was going to say, if anyone would like to argue that, please drop in the comments.
He plays an NBA style. He's playing with college players. It's hard to do that. But yeah, I wish he could have gone farther. I wish State would have won another game. We could see if there were one more. But yeah.
But like you said, there was really no upsets. Like you said, Murray State would have been the biggest upset.
And the one upset that do happen are done now. Like you saw, I mean, obviously, like UC Irvine runs into Oregon, and like technically Oregon still is a Cinderella, but like we said, they're not. Yeah. You saw Liberty picking up a win, and then they got the business given to them.
He had triple-double in the tourney this year. I forgot about the game.
The 18th triple-double, I believe.
Oh, yeah. He's a top 2 pick. I don't think he's a top 5 pick. He's a top 2 pick.
I think so. I think he's the second best player in
Zion. Yeah, I agree. As a Bulls fan, I would love to have Zion. That is what everyone wants. But I would take a John Morant.
I'd take either one. We'd be fine with it.
Do you guys consider the 9 over an 8 an upset at all?
No.
Do you realize all 4 9 seeds won this year?
I wish I would have. Yeah.
Washington beat Utah State. Baylor beat Syracuse. UCF beat VCU, and Oklahoma smacked Ole Miss.
How about this? How about I throw this at you guys? I'm going to throw you all the Sweet 16s and see what you guys got. We got Duke, Virginia Tech. I am very down on Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Duke's going to pull them out.
But I think Duke, they kind of the superstars got a little bit like a punch in the face.
They're vulnerable,
and they know that they need to come out. I think they're going to win by 30 points.
All right, so you guys are both on Duke. I'm Virginia Tech. Don't sleep on them right now. Basketball. I know they scored like 24 points in a game. That was the middle of January. That was too much.
But even their last game though was struggling just
they
to
beat Liberty by like.
I get that.
But that was a closer game for a lot of the game. I mean, I'm not saying Liberty's a bad team or something like that, but
they've also already beat Duke. They know
without Zion,
which
is a whole different team.
And Buzz Williams also, I think, is a different animal in March. I like Buzz Williams.
I like Buzz Williams, but I'm just saying.
But also, like, you think UCF is that much better than Virginia Tech?
No, but UCF also has a 7-6 guy at the bottom who can play that zone where you let Jones shoot threes all day long. It's not going to work.
Virginia Tech had the easiest route here. They got to play
13
seed
St.
Louis and 12th seed Liberty. So, but that's not their that's never their fault either. I just smacked them.
Because those are their seeds. Like St. Louis was playing good ball coming into it.
I actually picked St. Louis in that game.
10, and Liberty. I mean, you saw them knock off Mississippi State. Mississippi State, they're not a great team. They do play in one of the top 3 conferences in the country. High there for a reason.
So me and Gamer on.
I'll take Virginia Tech to cover the points at least.
Yeah, I would. I'll look that up real quick. But number 3 LSU versus number 2 Michigan
I'm really
State.
excited about this one.
I'm big on Michigan State. I think that Izzo's got that team fired back up through all the unnecessary controversy with the going after players.
Yeah, so dumb.
I also did hear a lot on the radio. It took a lot. It pretty much drew a line in the sand if you are going to be old school or new school.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the video itself was instead of going after like Izzo and stuff, they were just going after
the mentality.
What do you like? Do you think that people should be not yelling and stuff like that, be a little calmer, or go crazy like Izzo, and that's how he gets his point across.
Exactly.
And I get it.
And it's very rare for him to do that. So you don't see him do that very often. That's like the one coach I would not have picked to say, oh, he's going crazy. Like, there's so many guys who are worse.
I think that's – I could see – I've seen Izzo go crazy a lot.
There's so many other coaches who are so much worse. Brett Underwood for Illinois is constantly chewing out his guys. Yeah. And no one's ever said a damn thing about it. Well, one, because they're not in the tournament ever. But
such some of them.
Yeah. But, like, at the same time, like, if not Rick Pitino, if Calipari would have done something like that, everyone would have crucified it. But because he's Tom Izzo, everyone comes to his defense.
I think he has a relationship with his players. What?
Calipari has a relationship with his players.
I understand that.
People pick and choose what they want to be pissy about.
I understand that. But what I meant by that is, let me finish, that his players came out and supported it. And I feel like if something happened like that to Calipari and his players
people still crucify him.
Then
because they don't like it.
And that's fine. I mean, that's his own fault. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for Calipari because he has gone around. I mean, if you watch the 30 for 30, he knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what people think of him, and he loves it. He loves that persona of he's the guy who will do anything to win. And I agree with you that they would, but I think that's his own fault in the fact that the way he personifies himself. That's fine.
Yeah, but like we'll move on. But like I don't know. Like I get it. I get why people are pissed. But like at the same time, like you said, the relationship is there. The guys came to his defense. It's done and over. They ended up moving on pretty handily. But like I said, people just kind of pick and choose what they want to be pissy about. Like that's the internet, though. You know.
I don't really want to spend any more of this episode talking about John Calipari.
Let's keep going through it though. But
wait. The Duke spread is 7.5. So
I like Virginia Tech getting 7. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be a close game.
Oh. So and then we have number 1 Gonzaga going up against 4 seed FSU, Florida State University. Who do you guys got? I like Florida State. I think the length is really going to get. I think Florida State always has that length. The big guys down low. Length? Am I saying that? Oh.
Isn't that what Charles Barkley said?
Oh, I'm like,
they got that length.
I thought you were like fixing my.
No, they got that length.
Charles Barkley.
LENTH.
The commercials on the tournament.
Oh my God! Just so bad. I cannot. But if you would have told me,
get out of my face! Like you're too much in my face.
If you would have told me there was a commercial with Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Spike Lee, and Samuel L. Jackson, and I would not care about it. Like I would tell you you're a liar, but I do not care about those commercials. They show me one of those commercials, I turn it off. I really don't our game.
Well, it's because we've seen, like we were talking about this. We have seen those freaking commercials probably 100 times in the last 5 days.
Blair says that he expects
it's
Duke
going to be
win
a good game.
5-6, which would cover the spread.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if
we got.
But also,
Gonzo is.
I like Florida State, but I'm also.
I'll take Gonzaga.
I do enjoy watching Gonzaga. I watched him quite a bit. Like I think that Rui Hachimura kid, like that kid's a stud. But like you said, Florida has the defense that can stop that, and St. Mary's kind of showed a game plan in the conference tournament final that if you can slow Gonzaga down and make them play a grinded out kind of game, which I think Florida State is going to give them, I think Florida State's got a good shot. And Florida State
close.
Proved against Murray State, like they can fill it up.
Yeah,
you don't let guards get hot and while the big guys are doing their thing.
I still think Gonzaga will win that, but I do think it'll be really close, and I wouldn't be surprised if Florida State wins. I'm picking Gonzaga though.
Then we got Texas Tech, Michigan, 3-2 seeds. I mean, I think that's going to be a great game though. I think every game we keep saying is going to be.
I've got one word as to why Michigan's going to win this.
Why?
Beeline.
I was gonna say I love John Beeline. Yeah, he's so good.
I think it's actually the players on the court, but good call. Virginia.
Which you recruited the guys in the court, but okay.
But Virginia, the 1 seed, Oregon, the 12 seed. I don't think this is going to be a close game. I actually do think of all the games, I think Virginia's going to take care of this game.
Give me Oregon money line. This is the time Oregon's going to make a run. And I love Virginia.
I don't know.
But they are hot right now. I just see an upset.
Teams are
Oregon money line. Oregon money line.
Both teams are
Give it
hot.
To me. Inject it in my veins. Let's go.
I don't do that. Your bookie does. So
I mean, give me Virginia, but whatever the spread is, I'll probably take Oregon. It's going to be a close game.
I don't know. We'll see. I think Virginia they've really scrapped their way through here. They've pretty much been. I mean, what I would say is take whatever you can get Oregon first half spread at because Virginia never comes out.
And always take the first half under.
Yes. Well, no, actually, the unders suck. I hate unders.
I said that facetious. I haven't bet a single under in this tournament. No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
I did bet an under. I remember the second half under in the Purdue-Villanova game, and Villanova just kept being a bunch of tryhards when they were down 30. And I was getting
screw them for trying.
I'm like, why are you trying? This game is over. But I did hit it, so I don't care. What's our next one, Big Z?
We have Purdue, Tennessee, 3-2 seeds here again. A lot of 3-2 seeds here. I like Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to come out hot. I like Purdue, though. It's going to be two good games.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game.
All good games.
I was going to say, I don't think we're going to see a single good game.
I think Purdue's going to win that one. They're going to be in the Final Four, in my opinion.
North Carolina, Auburn.
Good he cut me off. If it means anything to you, I like Tennessee, too. He cut me off before I could get my answer.
Oh, I was just going to quickly go.
We're all giving our picks, aren't we?
Yeah. I was just going to name the next two games because to show how good these series are. Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
make your pick.
I like Tennessee.
Good to know.
I'm up $12, so everyone should.
No one cares about your 12.
I'm down quite a bit, so I don't know.
So is Zach. I'm the only one here up money.
I don't think my word means so much.
You know where you can stick that money. North Carolina, Auburn. I like North Carolina.
Nope.
Give me the over.
Auburn.
Over.
Auburn.
I like Auburn.
Auburn's one
I
of the
think North Carolina.
Basketball right now, they fill it up.
I think North Carolina's also.
North Carolina's been hot too.
You can't.
Their one loss lately has been to Duke, and that was a 2-point game in the conference.
Washington kept that thing super
I would
close.
have to say for the rest of this March.
And I don't think Washington's that good.
Boomy, you're not allowed to say the teams are
I'm
hot.
I'm up $12. So
I understand that, but every team's hot. If you're still alive in the tournament, you're
I can say whatever the hell I want.
I don't care. You take that $12
and
you can spend it on.
I said, though, there's a reason behind that. Like I said, North Carolina struggled with Washington. I don't think Washington is that good to be, if we're being completely honest. Like I'm not that convinced that Washington is this end-all, be-all. Like, holy crap, they barely got out of this round.
They beat them by 20.
Yeah, it was also like a 9-point game with 10 minutes left. Like they struggled with them early. I just don't. I think Washington was highly.
Well, if we're talking about struggling, Auburn only beat New Mexico State by 1. Could not get the ball.
See, that's my thing.
During the last few minutes when they were up, 10 with some time left, and it blew the lead.
Auburn pissed their pants there.
Best conference in basketball, so
I'm not going to
argue. They play competition
conferences. And then we got Houston, Kentucky, another 3-2 seed.
Kentucky.
I like Kentucky, but I would love Houston to win.
I would too. Don't get me wrong. I'm cheering for him.
Big Houston guy.
Like no one around. I mean, like granted, their coach has been to the tournament, but
yeah,
they're going to be on NCAA probation in 3 years anyway when he leaves anyway. So what does it matter?
Kelvin Sampson. That's usually what happens.
Where Kelvin Sampson goes 3 years after he leaves, they're on probation.
Screw Kelvin Sampson. He took Gordon from Illinois.
That's right.
Just killed me. It killed me.
Calipari. It's like two of the guys are going at it.
Don't you dare put Kelvin Sampson and
John
Calipari in the same.
I'm saying that when he left Memphis, they got sanctions. When he left Massachusetts or wherever, I'm pretty sure they got some shake.
I'm pretty sure that was Rick Pitino's fault.
Where?
It wasn't Rick Pitino at UMass?
They're both greasy. Who cares?
What is you and John Calipari? You like best friends with them?
No, but
you're a greasy guy.
You're being disrespectful.
To who?
John Calipari.
I was saying that there's
some respect.
I ain't gonna have no respect. But I think Kentucky should have lost last game. Was it Wofford?
Wofford.
They should.
I wanted that to win.
They're like
damn it.
1-2 on the year.
What?
They played that game exactly how Kentucky wanted. Kentucky will win. Trust me. Like I said, I wish Houston. Yeah. I like Houston, but
I would love to see Houston.
I just don't think that Houston has the firepower and the experience in the NCAA tournament the way that Kentucky does.
That's what?
Yeah,
Kentucky usually does not. They usually have new freshmen out there. They got a lot of new freshmen out there right now. And I'm just saying. I would say Kentucky would be the team that I would not think has.
But it's also a program that is in the tournament every single year.
That makes sense.
I just think the talent level is way on the side of Kentucky here. I think Houston's got a lot of talent. Obviously, that's why they're there. But compared to Kentucky, it's not great.
I'm not talking about just play. I'm talking about like the role players that might not necessarily be true freshmen that have been there for a couple of years. The coaching staff that's played in multiple NCAA tournaments.
How far did they make it this year?
Kentucky?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
I'm just asking.
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either. But yeah, that's the Sweet 16. Like I said, pretty much I think there's a 3-2 in every bracket.
So what's the one game you guys are looking forward to?
I would have to say, let's see here. North Carolina Auburn should be
that's going to be a high-scoring game.
LSU Michigan State.
I think that one's going to be the best. LSU Michigan State.
So?
I think LSU might win that.
That's going to be a good one too.
Not really. I mean, Gonzaga, Florida State would be a great game, but Texas Tech, Michigan. I think that's going to be a high-scoring, quick game.
I think I'm on board with you guys. I think the UNC and I think Bruce probably on ESPN today said whatever the over is, bet it because like
if he's saying
to go. And that's how North Carolina ran away with it late.
Coaches,
Bruce Pearl.
I think everywhere he has lasted also had sanctions against them.
But like you said, like with North Carolina, they did extend that one late against Washington, and they did it because they were finally able to get out and transition and make some things happen. They struggled early because they couldn't get that transition going, and I think that's where both teams feel at home. I could see finally us seeing a score of one team over 100 and one team near it. This is going to be a wild game, I think. Now watch, we say this and it's going to be like
64-60.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you said, as much as Boomy over there likes to say he's up money, I would say we don't take our picks to heart
because I'll also change my mind 4 times on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, we are degenerates.
Absolutely.
It's the best time of the year to be degenerates.
But you guys think Duke's got enough to win it?
Yeah.
You really do.
I don't think they do.
I heard a stat today that I think you'll like, and I know you're not going to like because I see who your national champion is.
Yeah, it's is it that Duke will be the worst in shooting percentage team?
Lower than like 285th has ever made it.
From 3, right? Just from 3. Yeah.
Has ever won a national title, and Duke's like 311.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I think UCF kind of showed a glaring problem is that they cannot shoot. If you force them to shoot a lot of threes, you're going to have a chance to win. And I mean, honestly, God, Duke should not be moving on. UCF should have won that game.
UCF should have won that game.
I think Duke gets to the national championship, but I don't think they win it all.
Before we move on real quick, I gotta know, what do you guys think of Taco Fall? Where do you think he's going to fall? Do you think he's going to the NBA? You think he'll be in the G League?
He'll be in the G League if I had to make a guess.
I would have to say he's going to be either be in the G League or somewhere overseas. I think like I said, 30, 40 years ago, he's number one pick. He's out there. But you could just tell in that game, when he's in that lane, I get it. He's trying to play defense as much as he can, but you just go into him, he's got to foul you. Or I mean, because you look at the defenses in college basketball, it really does. It helps. You can play zone. This and that. In the NBA, they're going to be quick. They're going to be going. I'm not saying he can't make it, but it's going to take time.
Yeah, I actually think.
I think with like you said, his height, 7'6".
7'6", yeah.
That's tough. That's almost too tall.
Yeah.
I would never say there should be somebody that's too tall for the NBA, but 7'6"
in this NBA, absolutely.
Just fast pace. And
I actually think
on the court block down.
The Rockets or the Warriors, I could see taking a chance on him. He kind of fits their MO of you want your big guy, when you play a big guy, to be able to run around the basket and catch lobs and dunk around the basket and then block shots.
It's got to be a team that wants to get up and down all the time, not a team that's
and he'll play
down and run.
And he'll play 15 minutes a game.
Yeah.
At that, he'll be exactly, or like a Clint Capella backup where he can just come in there, block some shots, get a couple dunks, and he's done.
I think at best, he'll probably be an undrafted free agent. I think at best he's a late second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
But those are kind of things that, like, yes, you can say that guys can just run in him and throw up shots, but like also in the NBA, like if you get in a position, they're not going to call just players running in out of control.
Yep.
So I think you have to be careful in saying that, like, yeah, he's just in there, like guys are just running at him and racking up 5 fouls easily, because they don't call that as easy in the NBA. Like I said, he's going to need some time in the G League to kind of understand how defense in the NBA works. But I don't know. I just don't see it happening right away.
But when you're 7'6", you can.
Says, I think Yao Ming was 7'6". How long ago was that? I mean, Yao Ming was drafted in like 2001, and it's still. I mean, even from when Yao Ming finished, which was probably close to 10 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
The game has changed so much in even just the last 10 years, and also. Taco Fall, I don't think, has the offensive capability.
He can't shoot.
I think
he's not very on the basket other than dunking.
Like computer engineering too, so that's pretty cool. I was looking that up. And then
when you call Geek Squad and like some 7'6" monster comes to your door, like, I'm here to fix your computer.
I don't think.
Is that what he sounds like?
I don't know. Don't all 7'6" people sound like that?
Yeah. But it was also a cool moment at his senior day. His mother came. I think it had been like 7 years since he'd seen his mother. So, a very cool experience in basketball, and I hope he makes it in the NBA. It's just going to be tough at 7'6".
I'd love to see him with the Windy City Bulls.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit Bulls. They are on right now. With pretty much tank season, they are shutting a lot of people. I think Wendell Carter, Chandler Hutchinson both shut down for the season. Valentine's has been done for the season.
He actually would help with tanking
tonight. I think
Levine and Porter are both out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, Porter's out. They're thinking about shutting both of them down for the rest of the year. I mean, I wouldn't care if you shut down marketing for the rest of the year. Just lose as many games as you can.
But he also missed a lot of time in the season too. I kind of want to see him play more and progress. But Levine and Porter definitely.
Like 7 minutes to where you want him to be.
25 minutes and you're done.
After he's made that minute mark.
I agree.
I want to see Cristiano Felicio out there 40 minutes a night.
That'd be awesome.
God,
shooting,
Ryan Archie,
working on his pick and pop only.
Yeah, he's not allowed to. If
you shoot inside the lane, you're coming out.
The day Chicago Bulls fans should be looking forward to is May 14th in Chicago, which is the day of the draft.
Being in Chicago, just like my conspiracy brain just starts ticking. I'm like,
I was saying
frozen envelope, frozen envelope.
It's D Rose all over again.
We got to figure out they're selling tickets. We may need to show up and be a part of that, because I'll do whatever it takes for the Bulls to get.
Nick, you want to get us some media passes through Luke Sports? Can we get media credentials for that?
Oh, Dunn's also out tonight.
Dunn probably would have helped the case.
They're actually, look at this right now. They're about to lose 112 to 101.
I like Chris Dunn, but I kind of want him out. He is not an NBA point guard. He is not for the style.
Who cares?
Someone's got to have.
Well, yeah, I guess I would care.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Actually, something dumb of me to say. The Bulls are actually the 4th worst team in the NBA right now. I think they're pretty much stuck there.
How are you not the 3rd or 2nd worst?
Because like on nights that like Cleveland pulls out a win, the Bulls decide to go and beat
Or
the
when they went on
Wizards.
when they went on a little winning streak there,
Yeah,
I think they
like
won like what 4 games in a
4 out
row.
of 6 or 5 out of
So
7.
that really screwed.
They
up
did
the
this
thing.
last year too, and they won like
Well,
8
7 in a
straight
row,
games when
yeah.
Nico
Well,
Mircha was
it
going
also helped
nuts.
us trade Nico too, so it was kinda,
They were gonna be able to trade him anyway. Though. Like winning 8 games was just the worst thing you could have done.
Yep. The Blackhawks, who won the other night in overtime, right? Would have liked to have not win. They like to win in regulation because the team that they were playing is the team that they're trying to knock off as the last spot. They are 5 points out going in tonight. They play at 9:00 tonight. They play. Let me see here. The Coyotes. So I think that's also another team.
It's going to take a miracle, but it is possible. But it's just
let's just say this: we have Cubs start Thursday, so we got nothing to do tonight. Go cheer on the Blackhawks. Hopefully they win and keep it moving. They pretty much have to win out. I think
they have to win out. They have to have help still.
What did I tell you? They have 12 games left, maybe, or
Blackhawks?
7.
No,
I thought you just said 7. Yeah.
I couldn't think what I said. So 7. I think, and then there's some teams above them that have about 6 or 5.
Have 1 in hand. Yeah.
So yeah, that would be nice if they keep it going. But like I said, it's going to be a miracle if they make it. Sadly, Patrick Kane will not be getting MVP now. But he ran out of gas. We're excited for the future. Next year,
definitely.
next season is going to be good. We have the coach in place. We know who we're going to have. There's no, hopefully no firing as it begins the season next year. And
unless
we're going to have
you
a
can
nice
get like
offseason.
an established, really good coach that you think can like jump in and take over the reins, just stick with what you got.
And I think that him proving to him righting the ship and making the run that they have, I think he's proven himself at least for next year. I don't think that they're going to make any changes, and I think it's well deserved. 5-1-1.
Avalanche and Arizona need to lose.
Yeah. That's a miracle. A miracle. Well, like we said, Cubs start on Thursday. White Sox start on Thursday.
First 3 starters look like?
Would it be, let me see here, Lester?
Yep.
Hamels?
No.
Hendricks?
Hamels.
I thought it was gonna be Darvish to start
I thought it was
in Texas.
third.
I think
No.
Hamels is gonna pitch in
I thought I had seen that.
Texas.
How many games did they play in Texas? 2?
3.
So I think
I thought
Darvish
it was-
is the 4th because I heard
I'm
No,
just sure that Darvish is going to throw in Texas.
Yeah, Darvish and Hamels are both throwing in Texas.
Hamels is going.
Yeah, because I'd actually, and I was going to
This
ask
is
you
a
guys
great
about this.
conversation.
I could have sworn. I just
Because
going what I saw.
it just shows you, like, we could put this guy here, this guy here,
Yeah.
this guy here. It doesn't matter where we put them in this rotation.
Either way, it makes you tingle a little bit.
It's awesome. And the White Sox will have Carlos Rodon on the mound. But big news for the White Sox was they signed Eloy Jimenez. They were going to probably sit him not sit him, but have him in the minors for the first 14 days, like what the Cubs did with him, with Chris Bryant. But they signed him 6 years, $43 million, pretty much double what any player has made before making his major league debut. So that's pretty cool. I think as a White Sox, and in 2025-26, he has options those years, so he could actually end up making $75 million off of his first contract, which is unreal.
Great move for the Sox.
A great move for the Sox. I think it's something I wish the Cubs would have done. Looking back at it now, I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but unless they don't sign him.
Yeah.
But the Cubs doing another
that must be why I had Hendricks in my mind as I was thinking about the contract extension I was reading.
Yeah,
Josh actually did correct me, and we kind of hammered it out here. Lester, Hamels, and Darvish. And then, like you said, I mean, adding Kyle Hendricks. I mean, and what's real funny, did you guys see that? So the Cubs essentially traded Ryan Dempster to Texas, who pitched 12 games for them the year that they traded him for Kyle Hendricks, who is going to spend 11 years as
that's
a Cub.
awesome.
Okay, guys, listen to this. 2019, Kyle Hendricks will be making $7.405 million.
Yeah.
In 2020, he'll be making $12 million. And from 2021 to 23, he'll be making $14. And in 2024, he'll make $16 million vesting option or
is that the team option year?
1.5 million.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's not
think
bad
about
numbers
it,
for a guy
we're
who
going to
can't
have
compete
him-
for a Cy Young.
We're going to have him at 12, 14 for the next 4 to 5 years, and that just cements us in the rotation that we don't have to worry about for the next 4 to 5 years. And I think as much as we didn't make moves, I guess this and that, this has got to be one of the biggest moves of the offseason. I mean, I know it's almost the day before or 2 days before the regular season starts. But this is huge for the fact that I get it. Hendricks, he throws like low 90s. He likes the stuff. It doesn't matter. It's working, and he's one of these guys that could pitch for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. You've got this set up perfectly for the future.
And as whatever you want to say, Theo is so smart for this.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into this. Nick said about Ian Happ to AAA. Smart. Because here is his spring training he had. He had a 135 average, 5 for 52, 14 strikeouts, OPS of 389, and was very. I mean,
and no homers, right?
From the left.
No,
I don't think any homers.
Yeah, so he's struggling. He had to go down
last year. I mean, the last time we were high on Ian Happ was when he hit the home run to lead the season off last year. I think.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I'm glad it had to happen. I mean, the dude, he can't hit right now.
Take a spot.
Didn't they sign that Tasakawa guy that they just released?
Yeah,
they released him like on Friday, and then they just re-signed him today. I told you on the podcast it was going to be a middle reliever, and it wasn't going to be Craig Kimbrell because we don't need him.
I think for the outfield though, with Happ being going down, you're going to see your normal lineup where you're going to see like Hayward and right, Almora center, Schwarber left. But then you're going to see, I think, a lot more Chris Bryant in the outfield, and they're going to play David Bodie, I think, a lot in the infield. And then I think we're also going to see Zobrist a lot in the outfield because you got DeScalco, too, who's going to play a lot of second base.
We kind of forget that Zobrist is on the team.
So you've got 5 outfielders.
You can throw in right field, left field, second base, maybe first base. You never know.
You can play everywhere.
Yeah,
it's I mean, this Cubs team is
very versatile.
We didn't make a lot of moves. But we got a healthy Chris Bryant, which is one of the biggest moves any team could make in the league. And we got a little bit of, I wouldn't say cocky in a way, but he's having some fun with the media. And he's very confident in himself, and that's what I like about it. As a guy who is a clean cut, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything, but he is very confident in himself, and he is willing to. He said some stuff where he said he's seen what people have said. It makes him aggravated that people think that just because when he was injured is what he is now. Yeah. It's MVP Chris Bryant. We got the
great question from Josh here.
The fuck you tour going on. How many wins does Darvish need this year for him to live up to the contract? And if he doesn't, when do the Cubs look to deal him? I don't think any point in this contract.
This year is not having anything to do with that. Like they're not going to look to deal him this year.
No.
And you can't judge just that contract. I understand last year was frustrating, but also it was an injury. It's not, I hate when people say, like, oh, this guy's a bust because he got hurt. Like, he didn't get hurt on purpose.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy's a bust when you sign him to that contract, and then he goes, like, for a 6.2 ERA. Mm-hmm. And, like, Tyler Chatwood is a bigger bust than you, Darvish.
Yeah. Who got some talk at the beginning of the year. I didn't keep up on his stats and so he had a decent beginning of the spring, but
he's kind of fallen back into what he used to be.
I just want Darvish for me to consider a successful season for him. Just pitch the whole year.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like 190 innings, and if he throws 190 innings, I will say it's a successful season because he's making all of his starts. He's and he's going to be solid. We know he's going to be when he pitches. He's going to be good.
Exactly.
Yeah, he seems better. Yes,
and I get it. He's getting paid a lot of money. 2019 he'll make $20 million, and then 2020, 21 he'll make 22, and then in 2022 it drops down to 19, and then 23 he makes 18. We can lock him. We have him locked up. We have Hendricks locked up, and if they can just be consistent over the next 4 to 5 years, we just build around them. Because it said next.
They'll probably sign Quintana to another extension too, to get him for cheap.
It's a 1 year deal, right?
Yeah.
So
Hamels will be gone.
Yeah, and if they win,
and that's okay. I mean,
he's a 1 year guy.
If they win the World Series, please. I think he'll retire.
Yeah.
And that way, but I'm not. We're not. We're. What?
I don't know if you will or not.
I just say if they win the World Series, I said that's just the way you want to go out because I won Rob Gronkowski.
100%.
That's awesome. But I'm not thinking that Hamels is not in the future plan. Lester's way not in the future plans either because he's going to be retired.
How many years does he have on his deal?
I think 1 or 2.
I think Lester has 2.
I'm not 100%. He probably won't get another. He might get maybe a 1 or 2 year contract just at the end, just because the Cubs will need it. I mean, number 4 or 5 starter, but
which is if that's the case,
I'll take that. Yeah, because he's a guy who I think is the type of pitcher who figure it out. If he's throwing low, which he's throwing low 90s, if he's throwing low 90s, upper 80s, he'll be okay.
About John Lester. John Lester started out the season kind of slower last year, but he really picked it up at the end. And he had a lot of hard times against him, but at the end of the season, it was going in his favor.
Yeah.
I think a guy like John Lester is always going to have.
But also, a good pitcher pitches to contact and makes that contact go where he wants.
So John Lester is through this year, next year, and then it's looking like he's like through 21.
So he's a free agent in 2022.
Yeah,
unrestricted. Yeah,
unrestricted free agent. Yeah. But he has no signing bonus in 2021. Does that mean he could? There's an option on it.
I thought there might have been an option on it.
There might.
I think there's a player option, which he'll opt.
Yeah, you think?
And he will be
like
$37
million.
That in the third year, like in 3 years, he'll be. So he's 35 right now.
Yeah,
going into this season.
But you saw Greg Maddux. I mean, he aged like a fine wine. I mean, you just have to.
He's a bulldog.
And I'm not trying to compare the guys. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Lester sticks to the plan.
Exactly. You have to find ways to reinvent yourself, and you're seeing it with John Lester in front of our eyes. He's depending more on the breaking stuff. He's hitting spots. He doesn't throw the gas that he once did in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just not him anymore. And that's what you want out of a 35-year-old.
He's going to be good enough where he's going to put you in position every time he goes out there to win a game. He's going to throw 6 innings, 2-3 runs, and you got to muster up 4 or 5 runs to win those games. And if you do that, if he does that consistently for the season, then he's your guy going to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Because there's 3 guys that you can for sure trust on this team right now, and it's Hamels, Lester. What?
You're going to 100% trust Hamels?
Well, I'm just saying.
Like an 8.2 ERA in Texas at the beginning.
I would say I trust Quintana more than Hamels because Quintana's been the same guy.
Playoff experience, like
for the full season, though, I want Quintana.
I want to see him.
Playoffs Hamels.
No, I would. If you gave me Quintana and Hamels, I'm taking Hamels every single day.
No.
Like I said, if it's a 1-game thing, I'll take Hamels.
Season to season.
If we're playing in Milwaukee, if we're playing against the Milwaukee Brewers, taking Quintana all day, every day. But if we're going like a playoff series against maybe anybody else, I'm going with Hamels because I just trust Hamels.
Let's just see how the season started because he got shellacked last year.
I'm saying it's good.
It was good for the Cubs because they got him for nothing. Yep. But the dude had like an 8 ERA before he got traded to the Cubs. Like, yeah, he reinvented himself, but that's a 2-month sample.
Yeah, let's not get too worked up here about the Cubs rotation.
Yeah, I mean we're definitely
they're solid. Yeah, they're gonna be good.
Being nitpicky.
Yeah, if we're gonna be because I like it because I think Cole Hamels has even come out and said it himself. This trade has refreshed his whole career. He's wanted to play at Wrigley for a long time. I don't think he was very happy in Texas. He really didn't have much to play for. I mean, they weren't making the playoffs or anything. So, it'll be exciting for the Cubbies this year. Let's move into our top 5. We said we were going to do top 5 favorite non-Chicago teams / Packers for you. So, let you go first, Gamer.
All right.
The guester.
I'll take the San Antonio Spurs as my first team that I'll choose.
What?
Everybody likes watching the Spurs.
I think Pop's annoying as hell.
Okay, well, see, that's a big LeBron fan that we're talking about here.
He's a jerk to media for no reason.
Well, I don't care so much about Pop being a jerk to me. I'm more like, if I want to watch a good basketball game and watch like quality basketball, I'm going to watch the Spurs.
I want to watch an NBA game in the mid to low 80s.
They put up points. That's why I like watching them.
I say, and you get mad at my team.
Come on.
You can go next.
My number 1, this is easy. I'm Florida Gators. That's like the one team I've been a fan of for a really long time, since I was like 6 or 7. My dad got me an Allie the Alligator shirt. Ever since then, I've been and like I can't even explain to anyone. Like I feel dumb explaining like, why do you have a Florida sticker on your car? I'm like, my dad bought me a shirt when I was 6, and I've been a fan ever since. So it's just how my brain works sometimes. What's number 1?
My number 1 is brand new to me. The Los Angeles Rams. Blake Bortles. I like always like the Rams with your dad and brother being Rams fans, and they've always been pretty.
That's good. A good pick. I was actually going to be my second. The
Los Angeles Rams is my number 1.
You get it second, then we're going to come back.
And then my number 2. Let's see here. I like the Boston Red Sox. I just like the.
That's a good one.
And you said it's kind of stupid from like when you're the sticker, the movie with Jimmy Fallon.
Fever Pitch.
Yes.
I love
You just
that
like
movie.
that.
And
Yeah.
then, like living in Boston, it just seems so fun.
Yeah,
and you get to go to all the games.
And they're similar to the Cubs too.
Yeah, they're similar to the Cubs.
Like they had that long historic
We don't talk
drought,
about
and then
droughts.
they had the historic ballpark in Fenway.
The Red Sox of the National League.
Yeah.
Or the
Hopefully
Red Sox.
hopefully see them in
The Cubs of the American League. There we go. There we
We'll
go.
be seeing the World Series, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hope
absolutely. My number 2, I'm going with the Los Angeles Lakers. Pretty obvious. Big
I
Lakers
knew that
fan.
was coming.
I've been a Lakers fan for.
And your number 3 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, number
I'm not
4,
a Cavaliers
the Miami
fan.
Heat.
No, not at
Holy
all.
shit.
Don't put words in my mouth. That's not. No, I'm not a Cavaliers or a Heat fan at all.
Not yet.
I actually
Not
never
until he
cheered
goes
for
back
LeBron.
there.
I never cheered for LeBron when he was with the Heat because that was when the Bulls were good.
Go
ahead, you're second.
Well, speaking of the Heat, though, Chris Bosh retired today.
I did not see that actually.
Well, I mean,
I'm glad he did.
Well, they basically
Either
told me.
retired
he
or, like,
walked
it's-
away.
I'm glad he retired though. Yeah,
But
he needed to be done.
I think he's like officially given up on the team.
Yeah, it's a good run. He had a hell of a career. What's your second and third, Gamer?
Number 2, I'm gonna say the Toronto Blue Jays. I've always enjoyed when they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That ballpark gets so riled up. Like the playoff run they made a couple of years
Remember
ago.
that when Joey Bats hit the bomb?
That was just awesome.
What happened to Joey Bats?
He's
Kinda
like
fell off.
38. Yeah, no kidding.
So did he like start being? Did he play like a lot in the minors?
He was in the majors and then got sent to the minors for a while and struggled, and everyone thinks he got on steroids and got back to the majors.
That'll
Just
work.
never. He might have even gotten caught with steroids back.
Give me
then.
some steroids, maybe we'll make it.
Let's go, baby.
I don't think steroids will help.
And your third.
Give me, this is for basketball only, but Florida Gulf Coast, simply because they had that one run, and ever since then they just attracted a
What
certain
was
type of
it?
players
Lob
exciting.
City?
Lob
And the
City.
video of like the beaches and the beautiful weather.
They just-
Okay, so
they're
the
living the
coach
life.
Who's like the coach at USC now? He's married to like some Playboy playmate.
Oh, yeah.
He's like 55 years old.
He's just living the dream.
Yeah, living in like beautiful sunny Florida, just on a team making runs. Yeah, that was a good choice.
Yeah.
My third round, I guess the like my backup NFL team. I got the Lakers. I got man, that's kind of tough.
You brought it up.
I know this was my idea too. This is poor planning. Like this is another weird one that I don't really like tell I enjoy, but I like the Mariners. I think it's the colors,
I like
it's the
that.
stadium,
It's a tough
and it's the
time to
fact that
watch.
like I like having a West Coast team in every sport because of the late starts, and I like going to bed watching.
It's
like,
hard
the
to watch
Lakers game.
TV though too.
Yeah, like watching a Lakers game or catching a Mariners game on MLB Network. I think it's the colors, and I love the stadium.
Yeah,
and I love
I love
the
their
stadium.
jerseys.
So that's my third choice.
My
Okay.
third choice. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with. I don't know.
I told you this is not that easy because there's almost too many choices.
That's a problem. You have so many to choose from.
Yeah,
Hard to narrow it down.
and you don't want to like tread the wrong way because like me, like I don't hate the White Sox. I wouldn't put them in this list, but like someone would be like, "Oh, you're not a Cubs fan if you like the White
Right.
Sox."
Yeah.
No.
Which is so dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. Who cares?
Like you can be a Chicago guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna sit here and actively root for the White Sox, but if they're
But I'll
the
watch a game if the Cubs
Yeah.
have a late night game on.
Yeah, I don't mind.
My summer schedule.
I wanna watch some
do a whole
baseball.
lot.
oh, same here.
I'll go a little weird here. I like the Rockies. I like
Really?
Nolan
Okay.
Arenado.
I was
like
actually
those guys.
just there this summer. Beautiful stadium.
Beautiful stadium and just beautiful.
That's-
The-
City.
what'd you eat there?
I ate
Bull
bull
test-
testicles, fried bull. You're not living, Z.
Griffey,
You
do you
get
know what?
chicken tenders and fries.
Who?
You seem like chicken tenders and fries kind of guy.
I'm not a chicken
Standard nachos with cheese.
with ketchup.
Not a chicken tender guy. That is very wrong. Ken Griffey Jr. was fire. Yes, he was. So I gotta go 4.
Yeah.
Let's go with. See,
I know, dude. This is hard.
I was getting a maybe like I like the Pistons when it was like Ben Wallace, like Chauncey.
that'd been a good
and
one.
those guys.
05.
I'll go with Detroit Pistons.
Oh,
I know
I'll
I'm a
give you
Chicago
Detroit.
fan. I mean, okay,
It's
not
not really
the
a
bad
rivalry
boys. Sorry,
anymore.
the bad boys. I'm not a fan of those guys. Even though that's kind of cool basketball. That was kind of
Yeah.
if you know my type of basketball, which was just like if you're not
Not
out to that
basketball,
everyone,
it's like
so I'm
MMA
knocking them down.
fighting.
That's me.
Yeah.
So the Detroit Pistons are my number, and I like Blake Griffin.
I love Blake.
I like
He's
the
the reason
a
why
lot.
the Clippers.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm
It
good
is a
pick.
very good pick.
That's my fourth.
Oh,
right?
so
back
mine,
to you. Yep.
All right, this is kind of another West Coast thing for me, but the Denver Nuggets. I loved them when Carmelo was there. AI. Oh my God, when Allen Iverson.
I'm looking at it right now. They have awesome jerseys.
Yeah, their throwbacks are amazing. Even their new ones are cool. Like when they got Allen Iverson and they had Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups, I'm like, there's no way this team's not going to win an NBA championship. And I don't think they made the playoffs after that.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's my fourth. What's your 4 and 5, Gamer?
So I'm going to write out your Allen Iverson one here. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia
Damn it!
76ers.
I was hoping you were going to let me get to him.
Because, one, I grew up on AI. That was my favorite star.
Jersey over there, I know people can't see.
Yeah.
That's the first jersey I really own. We went to a 76ers game. I got family in Delaware. And, it was AI's rookie year. And the entire stadium was sold out of Iverson.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I had to settle for a Jerry Stackhouse jersey.
Oh, I just remember growing up playing the first 2K games, and Allen Iverson was just the best player. I was the only one, or he would only shoot when I played. It was either he shot or I'm trying to think
Eric Snow.
Eric Snow, yeah. It's either Allen Iverson layup
42
or Eric Snow dunk. It was one of the either one. But
that's a good choice.
My number 5, I'm gonna say, and this one over the last couple of years has dwindled a little bit because of a little bit of a rivalry with the Cubs. But I'm gonna say the Pittsburgh Pirates because I love their ballpark. I like their uniforms. Yeah.
Division, the team I like probably the most.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
So I kind of like Cincinnati.
Hey, can we just
I could roll with Cincinnati.
Thank goodness they put the Astros in the American League.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this the other day.
Which actually brings me
that
into
would be a hell of a division.
That brings me into my fifth pick, which is the Astros. And it's because I love the stadium. The Tequila Sunrise jerseys are the greatest jerseys in my opinion. I love the orange.
The orange is so cool.
It's just good colors. It's a beautiful stadium. I like the city of Houston. So that's going to be my fifth.
My fifth, I'm looking at them right now, and they're going to have a great season. I'm excited. The Cleveland Browns. I'm excited too. I think Cleveland, the Browns fans at least, deserve.
They do.
And low key, the orange, the all orange uniforms with the brown letters are kind of cool.
We got Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. They're gonna have some freaking.
And I like Baker Mayfield too.
Some awesome handshakes, some dances. They're gonna be having a good time. They're going to be what the NFL should be. It's be fun, and that team's gonna be fun. And
I agree.
I'm jumping the bandwagon.
You got money? Did you put money on them to win the Super Bowl yet?
No. But hey, did you hear that there was reports that speaking of the Bears? I didn't really say anything about the Bears, but John Gruden cried for 3 days after the
I don't buy that for a second.
John Gruden doesn't cry. He's a robot.
But the funny part is, I'm still crying from the
trade. He was sitting. He was sitting in his flops and khaki shorts in a bar drinking Coronas.
Okay,
yeah.
Whoever made up the trade was a win for the Raiders.
It's true.
That was stupid.
Just wait.
Just stop.
Stop it.
Just wait.
In the moment, if you
never doubt John Gruden.
Yeah,
there's a reason he got paid $100 million.
There's a reason he was out of coaching for a long time.
I really don't care.
I know, but the thing about what you just said, he got paid because
trust the process.
That's not how. In all sports, NFL is not you don't trust the process. It's either it's going to work now or
to differ.
No, that's not. That's just a process.
That's trusting Tom Brady.
Which it's gonna be exciting to see what they do without Rob Gronkowski.
Dynasty's over.
Dynasty is
Burn
over.
it down.
I'd be okay with that. I'm tired of it.
I kind of skip right over. We're gonna do our candy review real quick. Boomy picked us up. What did you pick us up here, Boomy?
I got us Milky Way fudge, boys. I got Milky Way fudge. I think these are going to be good choices.
While we're doing this, though, shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to SeatGeek. You type in the promo code The Loop Sports in all caps. You get $20 off your first purchase of over 30. Shout out to Monkey Knife. Use the promo code Loop. They match your deposit up to $100. And thank you to 26 Church Chicago. Thank you to our sponsors. We love you all. Again, use the promo code The Loop Sports. $20 off your first purchase of $30. We will be at opening day. We're very excited. Oh, not home opener. I guess I'm saying opening day. Home opener.
Now, but Game Boy, we know you're new, but the scale is 1 to 4.
Okay.
You can use decimals. Here we go. Milky Way fudge, folks.
Oh, crunchy. I like it.
That's pretty damn good. I don't even like Milky Way, but yeah, that's solid. All right, you guys got a rating yet?
Yeah, that's great. That's great here. We're just eating in the mic.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll give it a 3.4
out of 4?
Yeah, I think it's
3.4.
Okay, every time I do a low score, it's what was your low score? You do a high score. What was your high score? How can I make you happy over here, Boomy?
You can. There's no making me happy.
Here we go.
You have yours?
I think it's good. I don't think it's quite in the 3 range, though. I'm going to go 2.9.
We got a candy kind of
2.9.
I was going to go 2.7.
I know my candy.
2.7 at best. Like it's at the end of the day, it does have a little bit of fudgy taste in it. But Milky Ways are boring.
I'm a sucker for that caramel.
It is hard to go wrong with caramel and fudge, though.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the caramel. I think it goes well with chocolate.
I do like the crunch, though. The caramel and the fudge kind of seem like similar to other stuff, but the crunch of it is good.
The top layer is just awfully crunchy.
It's wrapping the show, the Blackhawks.
There's like 9 people watching us eat a candy bar.
So the Blackhawks is just starting, so go cheer on the Blackhawks. Thank you for watching and listening in here on the Weekends with TCF Tuesday edition presented by The Loop Sports. I am Zach Lilly. You can follow me at ZLilly at TCF on Twitter. You can follow us at typical_Chicago. Follow us at The Loop _sports. Oh, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Yep. Typical Chicago fans, The Loop Sports.
Subscribe to the YouTube page. Head over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago fans, hit the red subscribe button. If you're an Apple user, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. If you are not an Apple user like myself, you can find us on Spotify, and make sure you follow us there. If you do any of those 3 things, send us a screenshot that you do those, and we'll enter you into a drawing for a free T-shirt. And follow me at Boomy TCF.
Before we go any farther, Nick just said that Ben Zobrist is the highest rated Cub in the show.
No.
The newest show?
Yeah, Nick got it last night.
I know that, but that's crazy.
That is really crazy.
Higher than Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo?
Dumb.
That's crazy. But
where can people follow you at, Gamer?
You can follow me at TCF Gameboy. Might be changing to TCF Gamer here in a little bit, to be honest with you, but TCF Gameboy is currently what you'll find me at.
All your hot takes on Illinois basketball.
If you want to see me get really frustrated next year when I watch Illinois basketball, you definitely want to follow me.
Because I just poke the bear.
Oh.
And it works every time. It works every time.
26 shirts, mystery shirts are awesome. They are. I think it's $10. You get a mystery shirt. Awesome deal again. Thank you to our sponsors, SeatGeek, 26 Shirts Chicago,
Monkey Night Fight.
Thank you to all. We love you. Have
Thanks
a
for
great
listening.
week.
Thanks for watching. Love you.